タイプムーン、ディライトワークス、フランスパン、メルティーブラッド、タイプルミナ。
Alright, welcome to Fighter Fridays. Hang on, I'm just about... There we go. Okay. There we go. Welcome to Fighter Fridays. With Melty Blood, for whatever reason, I have to jump through a few hoops to get it to work. But hopefully this will do it. But yeah, we're jumping right back in. There were some patches since we last played. Also, I played a little bit with the banner, so it looks a little bit different than it did before, which is like nothing at all. Let's see if I remember how to play this game. Probably not, but let's see. Let's see if I remember. This is always how it happens. Okay, here we go. I should do training mode instead of just get in there. That would have been smart. No, we'll just pick up the controller and go. That's how we do this. That wasn't safe. Oh, that was not the right thing to do. Man, someone's playing Fate. Ooh. Ouch. Low. Ah! My command didn't have it. She's trying to quarter circle back because that's her charge, as I recall. I gotta remember to try crossing up. That's one of the things she's really good at. Really, just putting pressure on should be what she's really good at. It's just... I'm not. At least on this game.
よいしょ。この程度諦めますね。打ち込む。かな。行くよ。踏み込む。まだまだだよ。行きます。これで行くぞ。噛みつきます。じゃ、行きます。師匠。諦め甘い。聖剣解放。やばいかも。アバロン。はい。行くぞ。やっ。これでどうだ。
Turbo.
はい。ダウンター行くよ。この程度諦めこそ切り伏せる。我が退路を断つ。金を僕ありません。立て。勝負はここからだ。
You win.
So it's like arrow. She brings the elbow down. Could try some of that. It's like a,
Fight.
どうする。
but it leaves her open if you don't hit, which I'm not gonna hit. At least not until I really get a good sense for what her distances are.
やり返す。後期行くよ。そこか。この程度。よいしょ。これ式抜く。これ式。この程度。この程度。諦めまここ。何の。行くよ。強い。会話ここからです。どうだ。
Oh, did he give someone else the controller? Maybe.
勝負。ダウンター。行きます。これでどう行くぞ。剣圧で押し通る。ここ。よいしょ。やりか我が退路を断つ。この程度。この程度。挽回します。勝負。こんやろ。こちらです。あいにくでしたね。行くぞ。剣圧で押し通る。やり返す。そこか。やば。
Sorry.
師匠できます。死ぬかも。諦め後期。あれ。暗い。この程度。打ち込む。諦め我が退路をダウン。この程度。戦上手。ありがとうございました。
I feel like that, like, get away from me, followed by the healing your red life, as they call it, in Marvel, is the best way to use your meter. I mean, it could just be my newness, but it feels like it's way better than anything else, especially when you're not doing too good.
どうする。行きます。これで決める。じゃら。はい。風よ。軟弱な。こんやろ。ダウンター。セカンドサード。ダウンター。この程度。これし我が退路を断つ。ダウンター。セカンド行くぞ。剣圧で押し通る。
That's it. I think she's pissed.
ターンユアマジックサークファイト。
まあい。ダウンター。どうです。これなら。行くぞ。ここにかけます。まだまだ。こちらです。あいにくでしたね。まだまだだよ。はい。失礼。ダウンター。この程度。やり返し後期。チャージライザン。チャージ。やっ。ダウンター。セカンド。行くぞ。ここにかけます。あいにくでしたね。やばい。これ新宿。セカンド。やば。や。エスパー。よいしょ。これそうない。や。さて、受けます。チャージ。聖剣解放。やばい。この程度。よいしょ。やりか我が退路を断つ。騎士の誓いは破れない。
You win.
getting a little bit coming back.
No.
Alright, 3's enough. Let's see. I still need to try to figure out how to either get more defensive or steal turns more effectively. I feel like the latter is kind of more my style, but I'm not always the most effective at actually seeing where my openings are, or like detecting what's actually unsafe, because it seems like relatively little is unsafe in this game, because you can kind of chain backward, like from heavy to light if you want. That seems like a really good defensive play. And I just kind of find myself looking for my setups, you know? Oh, silly. I know what that glowy thing is, I should throw. Arcade's pretty good at what I'd like to try to do, also. That's a lot of armor. Ah, overhead. Terrible. Let's try that again. You quit falling for that, that's terrible. It's really bad. Oh my god, why would you fall for that? Why?
くよ逃がさずせーのよいしょダウンいくよこの全部いいじゃんダウン飛んでけおっとここで試合終了。
Terrible. Gotta pay attention to what the other player is doing and actually punish them. That's how you play fighting games. I don't know why I just can't seem to get it tonight. It's not like I don't know what to do.
どんなお薬がお好みですか？よーし、行くぞ。
オープンユアマジックサーキットファイト。
やられました。飛んでけ。板が過ぎますよ。ご注意を。くらえ。打ち取られました。行くよ。やられました。やば。行きますよ。どうぞ。おかわりです。行きますよ。どうぞ。やばい。おかわりです。やっと。
I guess it doesn't beat everything.
ターンはマジックサーキットファイト。
Right, when I'm playing this, I can't look at anything else. We're coming in low. That's just what a lot of people do. For God's sake.
やりました。大勝利です。頼れるお手伝いさん、ただいま参上。正々堂々お願いします。
オープンユアマジックサーキット
ダッシュ
ファイト。
逃がしませんよ。やられました。危ない危ない。そうや。行くよ。ちょい。やられました。行くよ。真珠。片付いてちょう。ご注意を。飛んでけ。ライザン。打ち込んで。よいしょ。覚悟してくださいまし。よいしょっと。無駄だよ。ダッシュ。行くよ。そうや。ザーブリタです。フェイト。フライ。バリア。ご注意。よいしょっと。派手に楽しくいきますよ。飛んでけ。やられました。
フェイト。
やられました。容赦のない仕打ち。イエス。
ユーウィン。ターンユアマジックサーキットファイト。
まだ負けないよ。危ない危ない。そうや。残念。やられました。行きますよ。どうぞ。切ったよ。一度立ち。頑張って。おかわりです。頑張って。ご満足いただけましたか？
ユーウィン。ターンユアマジックサーキット
逃がしませんよ。わかりました。行くよ。
ダウター
ぬか漬けですよ。やろう。さあもう一枚。よいしょ。勉強になりました。いざ尋常に私の8極拳受けてみろ。
オープンユアマジックサーチファイトダウタ
いくよ。よいしょ。まだまだハードで。
ーダウター
ご注意を。いくよ。よいしょ。まだまだ。手当てやな。いくよ。よいしょ。やっと。おかわりです。やっちゃら。ご注意。いくよ。じゃあ派手によいしょ。やられました。おっと。そりゃ謎の美女登場。あっち行け。おかわりです。危ねえ。はいちょくるっと。どうぞ。まだまだだよ。我が忠実。よいしょ。やっと。行くよ。はい。やっと。行くよ。やられました。
There's a point of time between when you can hit them and when you can grab them, and I need to figure out when that is, because that's killing me.
ターンユアマジックサーキットファイトダウター
まだまだだよ。まだまだだよ。遅いです。行くよ。一のタッチ。はい。やられました。してくださいまし。私が育てましたのよ。行きますよ。どうぞ。
Looking at the wrong side for how much bar I have or which round we're on. Like, I thought we were on the first round and I had one bar of super instead of being on the second round and having full bar. It's like not paying attention or not knowing where to look. It's because this guy, when he starts the round, jumps to the right side, like no matter what side he starts on. And like, I wouldn't think it would throw something like that would throw me off, but it did. And that's why I never used my burst, or whatever it's called in this game. I don't know. I don't care. I can't say I'm a fan of these like combo games. And these anime fighters where like it's just a lot of air dashing. So I don't know. I mean, I'll give it a I'll keep trying. I'll give it, you know, I'll give it a shot, but I don't know.
よろしくお願いします。
お兄ちゃんは私のお兄ちゃんなんだから。
オープンユアマジックサーキットファイト。
はい。
これね。畳やなんだ。どう？畳や慎みなさ。危ない。
連環体。
せーの。体罰です。
まだまだだよ。畳どう？そりゃ休ませろ。やば。私のせーの。畳やはい。あれ？畳行くよ。やば。慎みなさい。慎みなさい。もう知りません。こんやろ。
Did I stop blocking, or is that somehow a low? I don't know.
気は済んで燃えてけ行きます師匠落ちなさい私から止まれやるじゃない回ってうっとうしい倒しなさい危ないや倒れてうっとうしい手をやってくれたわねここからは私からなしでファイトカウンター慎みなさい負けないよよいしょ慎みなさい汚してカウンターこれなら休ませない慎みなさい危ない畳みかけますうっとうしいうっとうしいせーの蹂躙します下で行きますせーのまだまだだよ休ませよいしょ慎みなさい燃えてカウンターせーのあれやされたもう結構どうもう知ります行きますまだまだだよ行きます師匠汚して思い上がって巻き上がれまだまだだよ巻き上がれ私からこんやろどうカウンターお願い私まだまだこれなら私から動かないでこのままカウンターこれならあら休まやって行くよよいしょ慎みなさいカウンターどうお気に召しましたバーンはマジなさ私から畳みかけます行くよ慎みなさい汚したカウンターせーの畳みかけ気は済んで畳みかけせーのおとなしくしなさい行きますどう回って捕まえたわまだ倒れてせーの体罰ですこれなら飛び込む体罰です
Terrible. I was waiting on the 4, and that was a bad idea, considering how bad that was going at the end there. The thing I really don't like, and I know it's my fault, and I should like be doing something else, where like they're close and in my face, and that should be my advantage, and it's not. So it's like there's like things I'm not doing that I should be doing, and it's like, what are you doing? That's what I feel like, you know. And the answer is I just don't know.
汚したはい失礼蹂躙します
That was my fault too.
お怪我はありません You win
Tap only enough as you need to get out of your fall state and then guard when that shit's on the screen.
私からファイト危ないカウンターせーのカウンターせーの休ませないまだまだ倒れてこれなら蹂躙します行きますこっち捕まえたわまだまだこっち もう結構カウンターよいしょ汚して落ちなさい慎みなさいよいしょ燃えてこれこんやろそれ畳みくそれ落ちなさい巻き上がれ私やばいか巻き上がれ行きますせーの早かったかも
Well, I thought that would beat whatever it was she was doing. It didn't happen.
いいストレス解消になりました
Just get too many emails. I don't know, I need to somehow like reduce that. I missed an important email earlier today. My food had arrived.
キアカベスは入
It
店
was scheduled to arrive at 11:30. It arrived at 11, and I checked at 11:30 and found out that it had arrived at 11. So it was cold when I got it, and they had forgotten one of my sides.
ファイトダウター
So that was cool.
まだダウターダウターおりゃー飛んでけ潰れちゃ
This is
負けないよ
why would I do that?
そうまあ行くよ行くよしたよフライ行くよ
まだまだ
やばそうだちょっとはじけそれ行くよ
ダウターの KO
やるじゃないどうだ
You win ターンはマジック
その気になった
ファイト
や
それでダウター
行くよよいしょ
やったダウターやった
It's a good escape move.
まだまだダウターおまけ行くわそれで行くよダウターこっちの番だよいしょおまけ逃がさずおりゃー狙い通りそれ行くよそれで行くよ KO やるじゃんおっ勉強になりました
Sometimes these things work, but it's like I feel like my offense is okay, but defense is not where it needs to be, or at least like
かかる火の
figuring out what to do when I'm getting beat up. It's like I get in trouble.
まだまだ行くわやった猫返しまだまだ猫返し危なはいちょっとへっちゃらずるい捕まえたやばいぞダウター
Can't really use light and neutral. Oh, not that. Oh man.
次行ってみよう
You win ターンはマジックサーキットファイトまだダウターまだまだ簡単飛んでけダウター
That delay looks pretty big.
猫返し危なこれはダウターやれ飛んでけ捕まえたこんやろ甘く見ててよっとここテイタ気分はどう危なおりゃーいけ潰れちゃう危なダウター飛んでけ KO 手加減はマジックサーキットファイト逃がさない潰れちゃえいくわまだまだ猫返しなんの行くよまだまだ猫返し
She always starts with that. Learn to deal with it. You dumbass.
まだまだだよ
行くわこれでフェイトよいしょやった猫返し行くわ猫返しおっ
that 1-1? I think, maybe. Yeah.
寄り道するつもりはマジックサーキットファイトそら行くよカウンターやれそらカウンターよいしょやったカウンター危なはっおまけおっと離れてよ危なほらやった離れてカウンターやばそりゃそらカウンターよいしょやったわねはてもう怒った逃がさないダウン KO 期待外れ You win ターンはマジックサーキットよっとバイト逃がさない飛んでけ行くよ甘く見てたそら狙い通りだ行くわそこまでまだまだ行くよ甘く見てたエスパーおまけおっとエスパーそんなすぐにちぎれないなあなたはここまで行くわよやばいはい邪魔危なっ飛んでけよいしょカウンターほらなんの飛んでけの KO どうだ後悔しても知らないからファイトそら見ててダウン猫返し逃がさないそら飛んでけ潰れちゃう危なっいっちゃう下におっとこのやった行くよよいしょやった邪魔それで捕まえたよきます師匠遅いそれで飛んでけいい度胸ねいけ潰れちゃえいくわカウンター下よ飛んでけ逃がさない甘く見てたなんだ全然弱いんだ
It's really the neutral game. Like, I really should know how far that elbow goes. And it doesn't go as far as I think it would. I think in those cases, the heavy would be better. Maybe, but I think she was ready to block. It's just, I don't know, like, go for the 3-hit, go for the mix-up, delay it, and then do the quarter circle forward. It's not like that was the only mistake of the fight, but that's the one I dwell on because it was towards the end. That's something I hear as a thing, where, like, you get fixated on a mistake you make toward the end of the match, and not on things you make throughout the match. And that kind of gets in your head. Man, my ratio has nosedived since we started this thing. Terrible.
私の
The
反響
grappler.
は受けてみろファイトカウンター飛んでけ
I'm finding myself doing that move so much by accident today. It's like, when does he stop? When does anybody stop? It's like, is the answer never? Would a more life have helped me? Maybe. I don't know.
行くぞやるの
That was a fatal.
やるの行くぞ
Just gotta find those moments where I can get in there. With her, it shouldn't be too hard compared to other characters. Wow. Kind of handled that to me. Didn't matter.
貢献してくれたな 握手は土を選ぶ
正々堂々お願いします
落ちろやるなやるな行くぞ無料
Oh, this guy again.
よいしょ連環体
行くぞ行くぞ下脱はできんか
ダウター KO
It's like the fastest overhead in any fighting game.
握手は土を選ばず芽吹くアダプ潰す
オープンユアマジックサーキットファイトはいはっ簡単ダウターやダウターいくよはいよいしょいくよはいまだぶしたなダウターおっとダウター危なっ
It's not fast enough for that.
ターンユアマジックサーキットファイトまだ行くよ。よし、私の全力師匠できます。当たったら死ぬかも。えいや田中えいや行くよ。イエスバーンユアマジックサーキットファイトやるかはっ簡単はっダウター
いい曲に握手は土
ヒアカルスはニューチャレンジャー
Ugh, this is a new challenger. The same asshole.
コンフーの成果見せてあげるファイトやややフェイトやえいやはっえいはいダウター飛んでけはい捕まえたやるか超新中やったださやダウターいくよはい捕まえたダウター飛んでけはい捕まえたまだまだだよ飛んでけよいしょ失敗だぞへっちゃらはっえいやはっ飛んでけほいそいはっいくよライザンはっ
Oh. I won.
やったー、私の勝ち。
Somehow.
子供だからって甘く見ないでよね。よーし、行くぞ。オープンユアマジックサーキット。ファイト、サウターフェイス。こんなするぞ。マジックサーキット。ファイト。えいや。まだ
やるな。
You doing, Matt? I don't think I'm very good at this.
マジックサーキット。ファイト。カウンターサイヤー調子ないぞ。サイヤーカウンターサイヤー行くよ。捕まえた。えいや年間隊。
I know what that is. You should just do something about it. He smells it coming. It is a bit of a delay before like I get to do anything, so it's not like it's impossible to do anything about. I fought this guy three times in a row. This game is so popular like a week after release that there just seems to be no one online. or at least no one at this level of play, which, I don't know, I feel like a lot of these, like, anime fighters, where it's a lot of air dashing and a lot of comboing and a lot of watching yourself get beat up, it's just not very, like, casual friendly. So all the casuals might have, like, hit the road by now. I don't know. Like, I've had some of these guys where I feel like these might be Smurf accounts, but I don't know. I can't say for sure. This is my first exposure to Melty Blood, and it doesn't, like, feel especially... I also see a lot of people playing the same characters. Both sides.
汚してお願い。そこ黙ってください。畳慎みなさい。もう結構どうしよう。下ですそこ。私から超新中。行くよ。や休ませ。はい。それ。慎みなさい。慎みなさい。よいしょ。慎みなさい。落ち着いて。行くよ。もう知りません。畳雲危な。ハリ雲。進みなさい。落ち着いて。切れます。飛んでけ。大山。下です。そこ。却下です。倒れて。やば。手ダウンタウン。やば。休ませなきゃ。柄らしい。止まって。行きます。休ませ。調子に乗りすぎる私から。
That felt like a trick. See, that's what I need to learn how to do. Like, just keep the pressure on indefinitely. It seems like there's a lot of characters that can do that. And I'm sure this character can too. I just don't really know how to do it. I mean, I don't know that it's necessarily a bad thing, honestly, because, like, casual games, or at least games that lean casual, tend to sell better. And I think, like, the developers are learning this, because, like, you can't do the arcade thing anymore, like, where you, like, put an arcade somewhere and it's making money continuously. That's just not a thing. So if your game isn't, like, played, and people aren't buying it, then it doesn't work. So, like, I feel like Arxis, ironically, is one of the first to learn this lesson with Persona 4 Arena, because they kind of invented the like the one-button combo game, you know. And while this game does it, and it definitely helps, but things like burst and like other catch-up mechanics, I think, are I was blocking low! I was blocking low! Is this not a low attack? The thing is, like, there's so much. Well, I have little time for that anymore. Like you said, it's kind of the same thing. That's absolutely a low attack. I just don't know why sometimes she just doesn't feel like guarding low.
してくれたわね。
I don't know. I actually feel challenge and still growth in like Guilty Gear Strive though. I think it still has the depth, even though it's not, you know, maybe not as much as like previous Guilty Gear games have been. But I feel like that's always made them unapproachable. Like, despite how much like effort they went into providing a good tutorial for Revelator, like, and it was really good, but it still wasn't, in my opinion, very approachable. So, and that's makes it hard to like. The other thing is like you really have a very small window where you can really get online and play a bunch of people, and therefore find a bunch of people at your skill level. Like this game it released last week, so it's still pretty new. But even like last week when I was doing this, I didn't feel like I was getting as many like variants. It's getting a little bit better, but like earlier, like that one guy I was playing when you first jumped on, I played him like 4 times, and yeah. Like, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be playing this game because like I'm not enjoying it. I'm really not like having fun. I'm just kind of like. It's almost like academic at this point where I'm like, okay, so that's what this game is. This is what people like freak out about when they talk about Melty Blood. And I kind of get it. Like I get what it's about and what makes it interesting and different. You know, there's a lot going on, which is different than other like, you know, anime like air dash fighters. It's not the same as like Under Night and Birth, for example. So I can appreciate that. But I don't think it's for me. It's really hard to like you can get going, and it's really hard to turn it around. I feel like there needs to be more. I don't know if this makes any sense when I say the concept of like turns. We're like, okay, it's your turn to attack now. It's my turn to attack. It's really hard to like take ground, you know? Which I generally like in like the kinds of characters that I play. I don't think this character played much. I understand he's... Oh no, it's not him. I don't know what his deal is. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like the way I play this character, I have like my attack strings and my block strings, and like I anticipate the moment where it's like, okay, now it's your turn, I need to back off a little bit, or I need to get ready to block something. And then I anticipate that moment with like other characters, and sometimes with the guys who are better at this game, that moment never comes, and I'm just like, is every character in this game a rushdown, or is there just something I'm just not understanding, you know, about how this game works? And I'm wondering if it is the latter. Which I guess kind of goes against what I said a minute ago. That like I feel like I understand what makes this game like interesting, but I don't know that those things are necessarily mutually exclusive. I kind of feel the same way about Marvel 2, but it's now been so long since I've played Marvel 2 that I feel like I could reapproach that game now, and maybe my opinion will change, but I don't know. I doubt it, if I'm honest. But we'll see. Man, I don't feel like I've won in a while. That's crazy. Yeah, like, I guess in a game full of rushdown characters, my character is especially rushdown, but I don't know how to do it. So, like, I guess, I wonder if people who are playing... Oh, it's the same guy again. I wonder if people who play against me are just, like, confused when I just stop attacking. Or I do something unsafe, which should be a common thing, but it feels like nothing in this game is truly unsafe. That was fatal! You hit the ground? Getting better at blocking his nonsense. Oh. See, I have the same problem that, and this is gonna sound terrible, but like Justin Wong had playing King of Fighters 13. He hadn't played a King of Fighters game since like '94, and so he knew how to like take advantage of stuff and like get in there and get hits. But like when it was his turn to do a combo, he didn't have them. Like he didn't have combos. Oh, that was a weird exchange that didn't work out in my favor, even though like his thing didn't go off. Sometimes I feel like these rounds go in like a second. And sometimes they seem to go like an eternity, like that last one. Doesn't work every time. Just come on quick. Yeah. What the hell? There's some things that happen, and I'm just like, why did that happen? He has armor sometimes, so I'm just like, what? Who in their right mind would give this character armor then? So like I don't understand why this exchange has that result, and that always bothers me about some of these anime fighters. Where I'm like, okay, I'm doing an anti-air, he's doing a single hit knockdown. Yeah, there, it happened again! My anti-air hits twice, and the first one parries. The second one, he hits me with his one hit, and my second hit's coming out. Or it just doesn't do anything, it goes right through. And I'm like, what the hell, that doesn't make any sense. Man, Fatal is really good, but I do not know how to capitalize on it because, like, they seem to just fall. Like, I don't feel like I can juggle them. Like, the game seems to want you to. Well, some people can. I don't know. I can't. Oh yeah, if they're if you get a counter in the air, it has the same name as the Blaze Blue one, but it's not the same. It's a fatal counter, which means they're in midair, and you're just gonna fall, and nothing is gonna, like, you can't do anything. You can't tech, you can't guard, you're just falling, and whatever they want to do to you, they can do to you. So, like, you can theoretically full combo afterwards. Wow, empty jump. Yeah, see, like, he hit the ground, and I'm like, oh, I'll hit him. Nope, you're not gonna hit him, because he's hitting the ground now. And he seemed to have gone right through my punch. Now, I can see how maybe mine was late. But it didn't seem like it was. I don't know. It's just like weird timing. And here's where he's gonna perfect me again. Now he hit me 4 times, and that's my whole life bar. That's what I cannot stand about these, like, combo fighters, where it's like there's really nothing I can do. It's not like what? I'm trying to think of what good examples there are. They sort of artificially limit how many buttons you can press, because if you press any button twice, they automatically go into the auto combo, which has an ender. But aside from that, there's nothing to limit the combos. It does scale, so eventually it gets to where your individual hits aren't doing very much, so you have to use meter to do something about that. Same guy. You know. But there's no, like, you get heavier, there's no, like, point at which you're gonna escape. Like, there's some games I think will do that. There's that Skullgirls one where, like, if you repeat anything more than once, you're, you know, you can just escape from it. I think this game is more like that, but Skullgirls is one of those, it's too old. I mean, the last DLC came out at the end of last year. We're almost a year from then. I mean, I like it a lot, and I'll play it, but it's not relevant or new. Not that anyone cares. No one watches my stream, so I guess it doesn't matter. I can just play Soul Calibur, but, yeah. And that game's online is pretty bad, unfortunately. I think this guy's just deciding he doesn't want to play. Why don't you just exit out then, or cancel? Just say, I can't play this guy. I'll do it. I wouldn't even say. Did you hear what happened? Oh hey, I haven't played one of these before. Like the producer, the guy who was the Soul Calibur guy, he left. Daisuke. No, that's Guilty Gear. What was his name? I can't even remember now. Today sucked. Like I was already upset before starting this run. And I'm just getting hammered on it. I'm like, man, why am I doing this? This is hard. It's hard to tell which one's active. I can't understand what you're saying. I can't look at Discord either, cause like. Because of the way this game behaves with stream OBS, I can't have it like not in the foreground. So this is why I occasionally need to do like beat 'em ups or some other genre for Fighter Fridays. On days like this where I'm just like, I'm over this. Yeah, you hear all those like hits connecting? That's the game not really keeping up. You knew exactly what I was doing. You're just gonna grab me over and over. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any. That's the problem. It was bad. I just got paid yesterday. And I just paid all my bills. I put $400 forward for rent. And like I bought myself some skins for Smash Brothers for like $11. And that was it. And then like Dread came out today. And you know, that's another one like I'm excited about playing, but I don't know when I'm gonna have the time. And I can't really like, I don't know, I've kind of mixed feelings. Like on one hand, I don't really have a good way to stream my Switch. It seems like it'd be a big pain, but I don't know. I would have no other way of like showing off Dread. But do I want to? I don't know. There was a time when I was showing off different Metroid games. So wait, is it an assist or is it you sometimes play that character? I can't actually tell. Seems like she doesn't come out too much. In which case, I'm not really sure I get it. You can parry that. That's ridiculous. I guess you can parry anything. That's another thing. There's this defensive like resource, but you can use it offensively. I don't like touching it. Every time I fire it, I do it by accident. Because I don't like it. I like having parry, even though I rarely use it, because when you use it, you're kind of left open. It's sort of like, I can't remember the name, a reversal edge in Soul Calibur 6. It's like, it's good, but there's kind of a, like, I don't know, like, downsides to using it. Even if it works, like, even if you predict it, they can just do it right back. It's like a guard impact in that regard. But you get full combos off of it if it works, so it's, like, really, really good. Oh hey, don't see to me this guy. Skaters. There's like half the cast I never see though. You know what else weird? Like, I know like it's based off of a visual novel where like their designs are not the characters. But like, I don't like how everybody looks the same in this game. Hi, bud. Holy Skittles. You can tell I'm not happy. Is that why you're bumping up against me? You know what the worst thing is? Like, I spent $60 on this game.
まだいける。まだいける。やめよう。まだまだ。まだまだ。
Blue millimeter.
マジックサーク
攻める。よっと。まだいける。攻める。ガラキ。よっと。まだまだ。悪い夢だ。
Becky.
お兄ちゃんゲット帰ったら宿題を見てもらうんお兄行くぞオープンユアマジックサーキットファイトまだまだか火災よ
まだいける。こいつやめよう。
飛んでけ行くよ
よっと。行くぞ。行くぞ。
やばほらい負けちゃった
ナイフで峰打ちも。
ターンユアマジックサーキットファイト転換隊
おっと。
危ない
おっと。攻めた。
So worst possible thing.
行くよよいしょっと
まだいける。決める。攻める。行くぞ。行くぞ。
行くよ
好きやばい。行くぞ。
You'll notice that my average combo is like 10 hits. His is like 16 hits.
見えてはいるけど。はい、今回はここまで。
Welcome back. I think if I spend the next like hour and a half tormenting myself, I'll never want to play another fighting game again. Like those kinds of things, like oh Shoryuken, they go up and then when they're coming down, they're vulnerable. You have to earn that. See, that was an accident. Except for that move. That move has absolutely like unsafe written all over it.
だいけるせーのまだいけるやるやるやめろ
Could be because that was the pony fighter too, though. I can't imagine why. Like, well, I guess it's hard to say right now because I'm doing so badly. Or maybe, like, I don't know, it's like, I don't think there's a Game Grump situation where, like, I'm doing bad so it's good to watch because I'm getting upset. But, like, because I don't yell like Aaron does, you know? Like, he doesn't play fighters. I don't think. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really gonna quit playing forever. I just, like, it's just irritating when, like, I don't feel like I'm getting it and I'm just getting trampled on. Because, like, the tutorials will help you with offense, but I don't think offense is necessarily my problem. I'm dropping combos, but I always drop combos. And it's really not as big a problem in this game, which I'll say is a good thing, because, like, your first hits are really what matters. This guy's gonna wipe the floor with me. I've never seen A+ before. Although maybe he'll show me how to use this character, which actually is very good. What is that move? He canceled his attack. He cancels his attack with like an air dash that moved up, like almost like a triangle jump. Hey, Isabelle. Oh, that was good right under me. Oh, wow. Okay, so the EX version has no, like, recovery. Oh, that was an ear. So I guess his younger brother had the controller for the first round. Okay, that's mid. No, it's fine. Really? All you missed was me getting beat like 100,000 times. Like, spending a lot of time like this. And, that's it. That's what tonight's been. I'm glad too. I'm glad you had fun. Sometimes I'll switch directions mid-air and I have no idea why. I guess it's a jump cancel? Oh no, I didn't eat any food today. Oh, Ava had brought me some tater tots from her work. Hey, how do you beat me using only jumping heavy? There it is. Not that! That's what I wanted to do. So this is me getting rid of both of my meter before the match even begins. wasn't enough.
そういう系飛んでけこれで
Ah! 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 Look at that! I don't know. I didn't have a chance really, but
羨ましくなんて
I like tater tots too. I didn't warm them up enough though, so they were kind of cold. They weren't seasoned very well. They really weren't that good, but you know, it was nice. I didn't have to do anything. And now they're just kind of sitting over there. I don't know what to do about them. I had like a minute to get on here, so I jumped on here, and they're just kind of sitting over there. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should try to warm them up some more, or fridge them, or toss them. I don't know. I really don't. They're just kind of sitting there. And I was raiding, and I'm streaming, so there they'll sit for like the next hour and a half. So I don't know. Oh, hey, I'm gonna play this character tonight. Ciel. Can you tell? Like, did you know that I hadn't played this character tonight? That's something I was saying earlier. Like, every character more or less looks the same. Hi, bud. Skittles is trying to cheer me up because you can tell I'm in a... It's not a problem normally. Like, it really wasn't a problem tonight. And it's like, it's not that I didn't have time to eat. I just didn't, like I said, I didn't warm them up enough. And then by the time this was apparent, it was really too late to do anything about it. And that's more my fault than anything else. Maybe I will. Maybe if I, like, when I lose this. You know what's really cool? Every other character in this game seems like their anti-air will beat anything. And mine seems pretty good. Until, like, I need it to beat something, and then it won't. Ooh. Alright, I can't just abandon orders from my manager. I'll just abandon this round. That's kind of a Sakura-esque maneuver. Just kind of weird. Alright. I think I'm allergic to guarding low. That causes me so many problems. Alright, yeah. Well, I'll be back. Maybe never. I'm just gonna, like, start walking in a direction, and I'm just not gonna stop. that's what's gonna happen in a minute here. I'll be back. I don't know. Is it like better when I'm eating on stream? Do y'all enjoy watching me eat on stream, listening to me eat on stream? It seems like that wouldn't be very enjoyable at all. Oh, you want to see these tots? Oh, there you go. There they are. So fascinating. Yeah, there you go. Here, have one. Just grab one right through your computer screen. There you go. Man, my right arm gets sore while I'm at work. Because, like, I've now gotten to where, like, I'm doing all of my pulling like that. Or, like, when I'm trying to force my hand into the, do I not talk enough normally? I guess that's a thing I need to work on. I know, like, my streams have been quieter lately when there's no one there, and that's bad. Like, I gotta talk constantly no matter what. That's what I'm supposed to do. It's just not easy. Here, I wanna show y'all what's happening here. Tried to scare the bug. There she is. Hi, Skitters. Skitters, you were being so cute a second ago, and now you're just, like, looking down. What are you looking at? Thank you. Aw. I appreciate it. Man, I don't know if I could, like sportscast and play at the same time. I don't know if you remember when we tried to do Iron Chef, and, like y'all were cooking, and, trying to also play the casters, and it just wasn't happening because it's just not easy to. All right, it's time to go back up. Here. There we go. Skittles did what I like to call a lap, where she'll come down this side of the chair, down the armrest, get into my lap, like maybe stand there for a minute, and then go up the other side to get back on the back of the chair. And it's hard to visualize, but that is what happened. Tilt this down a little bit more. There we go. I still want to get a different camera and, like, tilt it like this so that it'll look a little, you know, better. I think it'll look a little bit better on stream than you know, seeing my fan and seeing this wall. Maybe if I hang something up there, that'd be interesting. I might as well now since I'm here for another year. It's not like the background's gonna change in like a month and a half or so. Probably cool enough to eat now. I don't know how you normally are supposed to season tater tots, but it's pretty bland, like the breading. Oh, a cat cam. That's funny. She doesn't stick around though. Sometimes she'll be back there, and other times she'll just be somewhere else, like not really interested at all in what's happening. She's been hanging out today, but there's a lot of streams where, like, she'll be there for, like, the very beginning, and then she'll just go off and do something else. So it would be kind of difficult. Although some of those multicam stream setups are kind of nice. Like, get one of those little control boxes and tap it, and you can see different setups, like, based on the button presses. And that's cool and all, and I wouldn't mind doing something like that one day. But it's hard to justify right now. This is literally like when a new game comes out and I buy it so I can stream it, like that is an expense. So, like I can't be like buying cameras, buying the chair, buying a new microphone, getting more cameras, getting a control box. Like this is going to become a very expensive side gig that's making me no money. Yeah. Sometimes she hangs out, sometimes she likes to chill. But maybe she was happy because I put America down, like she could get in my lap for a second, but she's back on the back again. Bug. But yeah, as far as like people living vicariously through me on YouTube to play Melty Blood, I would imagine for people who know what's going on, it's an exercise in frustration. Because it's like, no you idiot, do this or do that. Maybe. And I don't know if I don't have the time or I don't have the drive or what, but I actually did want to do something like a tsunami, like those tsunami bumps, like between like the openings and getting through it. And maybe just have something where I can do more, or like breaks. And this especially was the case in like when I was playing. This does give you a little higher. Like when I was playing Bravely Default yesterday. And I was just running through the dungeon, like getting in really long fights, and it's just like, yep, here we are. We're fighting these guys again. Like that could use something to break up the monotony, you know? So like having segments or having, I don't know, just themes or whatever. Or portions. Or something. Would probably make it more interesting. Like if I were ever to stream Final Fantasy like 12 or something, where the game basically plays itself, I'd have plenty of opportunity to just not play and do something with engage the you know, the chat, as it were. That's true. It hardly ever rains here, and when it floods, it's just because there's nowhere for the water to go. But I can go clear some drains with a rake. I think it would be funny, although I worry that people would take it as like mockery or like parody. If I were to like go out on a sunny day in the middle of the desert, find a storm drain and clear it out with a rake, where like it's just sand or just dirt on the thing, if it's not clogged at all. Like I thought it was funny. I was driving to work this morning and there were a couple of storm drains on the freeway. Not pristine, because they were like kind of, you know, sun drenched or rusted. Not like rusted, but you know, they looked weathered. But there was no like obstruction of any kind. Like if it rained, straight in. But yes, they would. Especially here in Arizona. Someone would be calling the police. Well, especially on that one on the freeway. I think if I found one like somewhere else, that probably would be fine. And to put some perspective into that conversation, there's a YouTuber called Post 10 who goes around. He lives somewhere in the Northeast, and he goes around to different points where, like, after a rain, there'll be like flooding, and like the storm drains are stopped up with like debris, you know, like trash, leaves, dirt, vines, what have you. And he'll go out there with a rake and clear it, and watch the whirlpools like drain the water away. and he'll talk throughout the whole thing. So it's really like, I find it's one of those like weird YouTube videos, but like I can watch it and it will calm me down. I can lay down and go to sleep, or I can just chill and just watch it. And it's almost like, it's somewhat cathartic watching the water like turn into a whirlpool and drain away, and it's like, there's the road again, you know? Like, I feel like you could make, you know how there's like Power Wash Simulator and Car Wash Simulator and like Lawnmower Simulator? I bet you could make a like Clean the Gutters Simulator, or like Unclog a Drain Simulator that ends in like watching the water drain. And if it looks good, I think people would play it. Yeah. Bell pointed that out. But that was just one of, like, I have so many ideas for like some simple little game for VR. That's one. I had an idea for a koi pond simulator, where like you decide what plants to put in it, how big to make it, where to put the filters, where to put the like reservoir tanks, how many fish to put in, what happens if a fish gets sick, what happens if a plant dies, or like, you know, all that good stuff. I think that would be fun. Like, there was a potted plant simulator on Steam a while back, and like Abba used to play that like all the time. And you just like, all you do is like, you take care of your potted plants, you just you spray water on them, and you just keep them up essentially. The other idea I had is a breakout game in VR where like you're basically playing racquetball, but like you're knocking out blocks on the wall in front of you. And I thought racquetball is one of those games I feel like would be great in VR, but I don't think anyone's done it, or at least it hasn't been done well enough to get people's attention, if that makes sense. Because racquetball is pretty fun, and it seems like it would lend itself well to VR. Especially with like full body tracking. But even without it, like you could still do it pretty good, I feel like. Yeah, even multiplayer. Because like, even if you're both in completely different spaces, like racquetball is a game. Yeah, that worked. No, that's great. I'm glad. Like, that's always the sort of thing that needs to be, like, you feel like you're not alone. And you get, like, almost a sense of camaraderie out of it. I think it's wonderful. So, it's great. Really. So, I'm really glad I showed him to you. Because, like, you know how sometimes YouTube will just recommend something, and it's something really random, but it ends up being really nice. Like, that's how I discovered Odd Tinkering, too. Like, my favorite part about him is he doesn't say anything. He's just, like, you know, working on whatever it is he's restoring. And you get the sounds of him working the screwdriver, you get the sounds of him brushing, or you get the sounds of, like, him filling the cups with whatever. Or the tubs. It's really nice. That's, like, my ASMR. Like, I put that on to go to sleep. And it kind of makes me feel good, because, like, nothing is junk. If you give it enough care and attention, you can restore anything. And I think that's really cool. I have not. That's a new one. I don't know what this needs. Honestly, I've never been the type to, like, eat my fries with ketchup. or like put cheese on top or something. To improve it. I've just kind of eaten tater tots straight, but these are like so bland. I feel like it needs something. Maybe salt will do it. I mean, salt is a wonderful condiment. So making knives out of stuff, see, that seems like almost like worrying to me. Like there was like surviving edged weapons, you know. I'm always thinking of that. Yeah, I'm not. For honestly, most of the time, even then, like I like chili con queso, but you can absolutely go too far with just cheese as a topping. Like I feel like the food should be what it is and be good, and not just like be, you know, covered. I think I've had about as much of these as I can stand. Now let me get back to the other thing that I've had about as much of as I can stand. Oh, I have heard about aluminum foil. Actually, that brings me back to like one of my favorite chefs on TV, and coincidentally the one whose like recipes I always base Relo off of, Alton Brown. He had this competitive cooking show called Cutthroat Kitchen, and that was there was one thing, like you get these like, you know, amount of money at the beginning, and then you bid on and like what are called sabotages. So like okay, you have to your only source of heat can be this like blowtorch, for example. So then, okay, now you basically buy the right to force one of the other chefs to do that. And then one of those was forcing your opponents to use only aluminum foil to make all their tools. So like pans, knives, spatulas, spoons, anything. It had to be aluminum foil and only that. So that one was pretty intense. But something he always said was that he would always try the sabotages himself before subjecting the contestants to it. And he was always a really good chef, so like he had another show called Good Eats, where he would basically like talk, it was almost like Bill Nye the Science Guy except with food. So like he'd always talk about what each ingredient did, like functionally. And if you have that much knowledge about the dishes you're making, then it makes sense that someone like him could come up with sabotages where like, oh, you're handicapped in this way, make it work. And then he'll say, okay, you know. Ooh, that was close.
本来
私の全力
Finish it with style.
いきます
ラストアークフィニッシュ。
死ぬかもお兄ちゃんは私のお兄ちゃんなんだから
Yes, that's something to get excited about. We have finally finished the Smash roster,
甘く見ないで
and
よ
Sora
ね
is the last one. I did win. Yes, always happy to win. And apparently Sora was the most popular character. I saw a image.
そういう氷飲んでけ
どうしよう。
超新中
I saw the rankings for the different territories. And it's interesting that Sora won second in Japan, not
こぼ
first.
してくれたわけだ。
しみなさい危ないはい
ダウター。
そこ黙ってください倒れてそこ手加減しないから
心まで燃やしてあげる。
いくよ
回って私から下ですそこ。や雲。
飛んでけよいしょ
雲燃えてきた。
しみなさい危ないよ
そこごめんよそばさん。やっこれならどう捕まえたわ。
やばいかも
やっ
慎みなさいよ慎みなさい止めよ
雲気はす
行くよ
ケイオもやってくれたわね。
Let me jump it down a little bit.
それではマジック容赦なかったいきます。
Alright, hang on. What's happening? I can't see. I don't know what's happening. Oh, I think I froze
汚
it.
らわしい。
Ah. This is bad.
攻撃
I hope you can hear better at least.
下です。
Yeah, I can't see
黙っ
anything.
てください。
こん野郎
I can't see anything. Alright,
やっ
hang on. Man, even then, let's see.
下です。そこ。これなら
Let's see if I can do it this way. Okay, yeah. Alright. Let's try that again, I guess.
タイプムーン
Gotta be careful and not accidentally
リライ
show
トワークス
the
フラン
opening,
スパン
so I don't get in trouble again with YouTube. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, both in the US and in Europe, Sora was #1. In Japan, Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia was #1. Oh man. Okay, look. Let me try this. Let me see if that does it.
ヒア・サレスはニューチャレンジャー。
Okay. All right. Okay. Can y'all see? Everything okay? We good? I hope. No, it's the song they used is licensed.
よーし
So
行くぞ
相手にはね
オープン
Like-
ではマジックサーキット。ファイト。
I get a copyright strike for it, which is what happened to my first episode. So I had to delete it, otherwise YouTube wouldn't let me have it on here.
よいしょ
行くぞ
Yeah, it did. See, Lloyd is a Mii Fighter costume, which I actually purchased when when I spent like $11. I basically picked everyone who got no representation in the game, but was a Mii Fighter costume. So I got like Altair and like Bomberman, even though he's an assist trophy. Like that kind of characters. I feel like we're probably like a decade from Kingdom Hearts 4. But we'll see. I will say though, I do appreciate YouTube telling me exactly what was wrong with my 3-hour-long video. I was like, wait, but am I not allowed to stream this game? Like, that was my first thought. But it was just the intro. That was dumb. He was doing it. Oof.
やるな。気が向いたのならまた喧嘩。
Yeah, like I think it took maybe like 10 minutes of research to realize, oh. Yes. I thought I was guarding. Man, a whole gaming generation went by with no Kingdom Hearts. Except for a Dream Drop Distance. I guess, I don't know, do you count that? Sakurai does, which is pretty cool. Can't believe I won that. Yeah, the damage is very front heavy on the combos. And yes, I agree. Banjo-Kazooie should have a TV series. I think it would actually make a decent one. What I find crazy about this game is throws are combo starters on just about every character, but there is no like grapple character in this game. So it's weird how that works. Yeah. I was actually talking about Skullgirls earlier. I get kind of annoyed with this game because like the momentum is so like prevalent. Where like I never get the chance, like if you really know what you're doing, you never give up your turn to your opponent ever. So I'm not there with this character or with any character. And I don't understand it. Like, to me it seems counter to what a fighter is, and I don't know how to break them. I don't know how to steal a turn, as it were. No, I don't like supers in this game. Like, they are expensive. Like, the super takes 3 bars, and EXs take 1 bar, and I'll use an EX now and then to get, like, just a little bit more damage, but supers, I'm like, the only time I'll use like bar, like that kind of bar, is usually for the like it's sort of like X Factor, where like you'll regenerate your red health while it's up, and it drains your bar while it's happening, and I like that a lot. And it starts with like a get away from me thing, which I also really like. It's sort of like a burst that leads to an X Factor state, except I don't think it raises your damage, or if it does, it's a very small amount. Oh. Oh. What, Skitters? There's nowhere to go. America's in the way. Sorry, Becky. Does start in this game. Can you combo out of an EX? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I think there's a lot you can combo out of, which I don't really get. I would have, my only real answer is probably. This is the same problem I have at Marvel too, where like I don't guard low enough. See, that would be a good opportunity for me to like super out of, or EX out of, because like his grab is coming. There was an EX. See, this started so badly, I don't know if I can come back from this. Yeah, No, Skittles has like touch of death combos in this game. Like I can't even like if she starts playing, I'm just like I'll just watch you because like yeah. She's too much. I can't hang. Hey, this character again. Aww. I will say one thing though, like about just like a lot of the new fighters and like talking about like why I'm not playing Soul Calibur 6 is that like rollback is becoming so ubiquitous that it's like hard to imagine like a game that doesn't have it, you know? Oh, wow. It's basically like how do fighting games deal with the fact that the internet has latency? Because it's not perfect. Like, you can't read the inputs in real time. And that's just always going to be true. So what many games have done, and have done for a long time, is do what's called delay-based netcode, where you'll hit the button, and then there's a gap of time, like however many frames, usually like, 2, 4, something like that, before when your button will register, your character will act. And the reason this is to try to like mitigate that latency between you and wherever your opponent is, somewhere in the world. And in Japan, everybody is more or less close enough to each other where that's good enough. So for the longest time, every fighting game had that kind of netcode. And it was pretty much impossible for like someone on the East Coast and someone on the West Coast to play against each other because the delay would be too bad. And it would just, it wouldn't work. What rollback does is, I guess to try to explain it as best as I can, is the game kind of tries to predict what you're doing and what you're going to do and what the result will be, and kind of present that to you. In a way that's like, usually right, but if it's wrong for whatever reason, it'll kind of play out, but then it'll like sort of go back to what it should be. But what results is, like, if the connection's really bad, occasionally you'll see the same thing happen twice where like something different happened. And it's not perfect, but it's a lot better. And a lot of games these days will like combine both of those things. But the problem is, like, it took Japan in particular a very long time yeah. Yeah. Essentially what it means is, nowadays, fighters are a lot better online than they used to be. So you can play pretty much anyone in the world, and it's going to be more or less pretty good. And that was not the case even as little as like a year ago. Like, it really is. It's a very recent thing when Japanese companies have started being like, okay, rollback is important. Because for the longest time, like for the Japanese player base, it's been good enough. Delay based, as I mean. And so they haven't been as willing to change for like non-Japanese markets. Because that's not their primary market. That's not the one that they care about as much. Although that's also changed recently because console sales in Japan versus console sales in the US are like night and day. Like, more people here are buying PS4s than people are buying them in Japan. So like they're realizing the Western market is now larger than the Japanese market, so they need to be paying attention to what we want and what we like and what's important to us, because now we're a big market, the bigger market, as they say. So that's their money. It's sort of like how Hollywood movies is now trying to cater more towards the Chinese market because they're the big market in movies, you know? And you'll notice that like certain movies will not do certain things because the Chinese don't like it. And it's really unfortunate, but that's how these things go. How is that even close? Why would I get away from her? That's like the opposite of what I want to do. Honestly, you're right. I mean, I think another part of it is like more Americans play video games. Then like it's a bigger hobby. It's getting to be a bigger hobby now because the kids, when video games came out, are growing up, and now it's an adult hobby. So like people my age are playing video games, and like all the kids are playing video games. So it's like big numbers are a lot bigger than they used to be. Like I imagine if you count the households who had a PlayStation 1 compared to the ones who have PlayStation 4s, there's more with PS4s. Just because more Americans play. Like I think it's probably, I don't know for sure, but I imagine it's probably closer percentage-wise in Japan, like the number of Japanese households who had PS1s versus the amount of Japanese households who had PS4s. Not accounting for the fact that console gaming is not as popular as it used to be in Japan. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but yeah. Yes, the US has a larger population than Japan by a significant margin, but the number of gamers, like the percentage of the population, was not, like, it's only starting to kind of factor in, whereas before it really didn't. And I imagine it would have happened a lot sooner if they, like, cared to foster it, but even though they didn't, it still happened, so that just goes to show, you know. And I'll give you a good example, because we're talking about Smash Brothers. I'm just getting destroyed. They were originally unsure about including Marth and Roy in Super Smash Bros. Melee because there's never been a Western release of Fire Emblem before, so like, oh, they're not going to know who this is. They're not going to like this. They're not going to care about the game. They actually considered, like, for our version, just not having Marth and Roy. Can you imagine that world? And yeah, none of us knew who they were, but we learned because we like Smash Brothers and we like the character. So it's like, oh, what's this? So now all of a sudden, you know, we get the very first Fire Emblem game. I actually haven't played Banjo-Tooie. I know that's blasphemy. I mean to at some point, but I just haven't. But yeah, if yeah, that was a shutout, is what that was. Why am I doing this? There's nothing to rematch. Anyway, but like because people liked Marth and Roy, now they're like, well, maybe we should try bringing Fire Emblem to the West, and they kind of went a little too far. Like they made the game like have a really long tutorial that Japan actually ended up hating because like, oh, we know how to play this game. Why are you doing this? It was for us. And the character that was associated with this Lindis became hated in Japan. Wow, I don't even know what to do. Like, I did like Banjo-Kazooie a lot, but what are you doing? What's happening? I don't know what's happening. I don't understand this. Man, I did a little damage. But yeah, so that game did well. Sacred Stones came here. That game did well enough. They brought Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn. Basically every Fire Emblem game since has come out here, and ever since like Fire Emblem Awakening in particular, the game just sells like hotcakes, and people love like the kind of like romancy Fire Emblem games. I don't know what to call it. Oh, yeah, she sets traps, and those huge like banquet tables are traps. It blows up. It hurts you. So like I had to try to get a way to get by it. And while you know I did, I couldn't think of what to do to do anything. I don't know. That person was just toying with me, but yeah, they're obviously way better at the game. So it's like I couldn't even step. Oh, that was fatal. I could have done something else. What is that move? Oh yeah, she kind of does. Didn't help me. I really don't think that's what it is. I mean, you may be right, but I mean, in Three Houses, I understand you could customize like everybody, but you still had the like romancy stuff. Not what I meant to do. I'm still at a point where like I'm gaining experience even when I lose. So basically the game's way of telling me like, you're not very good at this game yet. I'm like, yeah, I know. You haven't been playing very long. Yeah, absolutely. But like, I understand, you know, when they did that remake of like Fire Emblem Gaiden, it didn't have the romance shippy stuff, and people didn't like it. It sort of like divided up the fandom for like between the Fire Emblem purists, as it were, and then the ones who are like Awakening style games, or the post Awakening era, I guess. Yeah, that red moon mode I activate, I always do it by accident. Can't believe I won.
You win.
I'll take it.
ターンにはマジックサーキットファイト
Forgot about that. That's a move you can hold. Just a little closer. I don't think, I don't know. At some point, we're getting more Battle for the Grid characters. At some point. Maybe. I forgot to mention, you also get fails if they do the wrong. That's good to wait. Even though I had successfully predicted what was happening, it didn't matter. Ooh, there are loose points. Guess I've hit the point. Like, alright, you really should have won that one. Like, what are you talking about?
ほんとオープンユアマジックサーキット私から行くよ見えすいているよ私からまだ無駄だろうかな行くよ慎みなさい燃えて思いやがってこちら浅はかねカウンターそこ休まりどうカウンター慎みなさい行くよ危ない飛んでけ燃えてこないか回って慎みなさい慎みなさい慎みなさいよいしょまだまだだよ行きます調子に乗りすぎよ巻きつけ私から下で休ませない
Terrible.
どうおターンユアマジックサーキットファイト調子に乗りすぎよ倒れてここでカウンター汚しと思いやがってここですカウンター汚してここせーの捕まえたわ畳み込まれて汚してまあ惜しいカウンター反省なさ倒れてまだだよカウンター倒れて反省なさカウンター下で危なっごめんね飛ばされてよ
Yeah, I'm overthinking it. I'm like second guessing myself a lot, and so I end up doing nothing, and then like they just kind of do whatever, and then I finally decide on something, and it's just the wrong thing. Or I should have done it like a long time ago, and then maybe it would have done something, but instead of just standing there like an idiot, and then they just do their thing, and then I get hit. So that's cool. Oh, cool. This guy again.
Open your magic circuit. Fight. 失礼します。フライ上げてよいしょ。よいしょ。フライ上げてよいしょ。自信作です。まだまだだ。あっち行け。失礼します。無駄だよ。さすがに。さすがにお掃除です。お掃除です。やばい。お掃除です。ありません。失礼いたします。ターンユアマジックサーキット。ファイト。よいしょよいしょよいしょよいしょください。お掃除です。こんやろうお掃除フライ上げよいしょ。行きます。よいしょ。
Man, when am I supposed to like be ready to get hit? It seems like it's a lot sooner than I think it ought to be. And like everyone abandons me. Guess it is like 22 minutes until it's over, but...
Open your magic circuit. Fight. あなたも見えますか？私を怒りました。おやめください。お気をつけただいま。
Really? See, it's showing me 0 viewers on my screen.
よいしょ。
See, this is what I don't get.
ごゆっくりお休みください。
I'm holding down back, and I get hit by a low.
私を怒りました。おやめください。さすがにあなたをリベこちらですね。おやめください。その無論です。反撃です。さすがにあなたをリベンジです。行くよ。さすがに私を怒りました。えい。まだまだだよ。はい。失礼。さすがに行くよ。お目汚しを。すか。失礼しお待ち。えい。まだまだだよ。失礼。はい。申し訳ありません。四季様。
I don't know what this guy's doing. Like some kind of drill? Or just messing with me?
ご案内します。フライハイド。よいしょ。
That's another one of those moments where I'm like,
ご案内します。そこまでです。ご覚悟。どうに伝わり
that's not what I was trying to do.
ご覧くださいませ。引けます。引けます。ラストアーツフィニッシュ。おやめなさい。
You're just messing with me.
申し訳ありません。
Why are you taking points away for that?
申し訳ありません。
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of that other places. Like, I don't know how to use this character. Like, so like, I don't think my rushdown game is really anything worth trying to study. Like, I have high lows, but I don't really know how to play lows with this character. I can go to the other side of you, kind of, but it's not like something I can reliably do, and it's pretty like pretty obvious when it happens. I know like you can do like the jumping mid to cross up, but it's very difficult for me to do. Like I don't know how to like make that work consistently in this game, but it seems like things happen so fast. Like I'm afraid to like get close to a person without pushing a button, you know? Because they're gonna push a button and smack me if I just get close, you know? So I don't feel confident in like doing an empty jump. That was unsafe. Also, it was an accident, so that's cool. Yeah. Like, there's ways you can make your startup near instant, and there's a way where you have, like, no recovery. So, like, I don't know what's safe or what's unsafe, unless something is, like, obviously unsafe. And then it's just like, okay, well, that move is never used. I don't think I've ever fought this character either. But she looks a lot like the other characters in this game. See, there's like two types of characters. There's someone wearing a school uniform and someone wearing a nun outfit. And that's pretty much it. Like some now I guess like Miyako in her kung fu uniform is somewhat different, I guess. But even she, like, I feel like if you told me that was just her school uniform, I'd believe you. Yeah, so I don't think it lends itself well to a fighting game. Like before I started playing it, if you told me like these are the same character or this is a different character and it's the same character, I'd have been like, okay. Because like they all look similar enough to where I was like there's the two maids, which is just the same character that's just, it's just a character that's both of the other two maids. Like, I would have thought they were different characters and not the same character, you know? As far as I know, that's... I think I know what it is too. Like, I don't feel like I can explore what the characters can do because the game is just so frantic. Like, I have to stick to what I know, and I don't really learn from my mistakes because it's just like, well, there is that one character that's from Fate that's in this game, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna retire this one after tonight. So like, get your fill of me getting beat up by these anime characters from a visual novel. Like, I don't know if I have much more patience for this. Cause like, I don't feel like I'm learning. I don't feel like I'm figuring out what's going wrong or what I should be doing in a given moment. It's just like, oh, I should be guarding low, but I'll try to guard low and it doesn't work sometimes, and I don't know why, because it's like, what, was that a recovery? Like, do I not have knockdown state there? Is there no such thing as hard knockdown? Do you only get hard knockdown during Fatal, but you're still cut juggleable? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And I played a lot of fighters, so it's like, to me it's like, it's unlike anything else? Man, I'm kind of with you, but at the same time, it's like, if I spent like $60 on this game and I play it twice and then I put it down for good, if I don't even give it like the full like 3 hours, I don't know. But yeah, you're right, I'm not enjoying this at all. I'm just like, I can't imagine what these people are thinking. Like, oh, I'm practicing my combos, you know? Like, sometimes grabs work, sometimes they don't work. That's something I ran into last week, which is why I don't try them as much unless I'm sure it's gonna work. I got points in that one, even though we're almost the same rank. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know, man. Like, and like, you pick rematch right away, so I'm like, are you just trying to improve your win-loss ratio, or did you have fun with that, practicing your combos? Because I'll say sometimes, like, the matches are pretty close, like, they're pretty good, but other times, it's like this, where it's like, oh, I got hit, time to lose the third of my life, you know? I wish you could burst in midair. I feel like you should be able to, but you can't.
満足いただけたでしょうか。
I have a lot to say about this game. I think I might leave like a review.
あなたを教えてもらいます。お待ちください。できます。よいしょ。
I mean, I saw it compared to the original release, and it does look better for what that's worth. It doesn't look as much like a fan game as it used to. In fact, I would argue it doesn't look like a fan game, so I guess good on them there. I mean, to me it looks on par with Under Night and Birth. Maybe that's not true. Like, if I go back and fire that up, I'll be like, oh no, this looks better. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. I guess as far as, like, you know, flow, like, it doesn't feel janky. It feels fine. Like, it doesn't feel cheap. But I don't like the system. Like, I don't agree with how they're approaching the balance. Like, I don't feel like there's enough variety in the characters. You know... I don't think the netcode... I mean, the netcode's fine, but I don't like the way they matchmake. Like, it's too varied. Like, I'll play, you know, people that are my level, and I'll play people that are, like, way better. And it doesn't seem to mean much, because, like, I'll get just completely destroyed by someone who's rank C also. So it's like... I don't know. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's hidden depth. And I know there's a lot that I don't know, and I could learn, but I don't care. Like, I can't play like 5 matches and feel like I can pick something up, you know? I do get that from Guilty Gear. I do get that from Power Rangers even. Like, which is, I would argue, is a similar kind of game where it's very combo heavy, like, you know, just madness. Like Dragon Ball, like, I feel like I'm getting something from that. You know, when I say, oh, I made a mistake here. And like, this seems to do this every time. Here, I can't say that. Like, I'll do the same thing and 2 different things will happen. And I don't get it. Like, maybe the timing is that tight. Maybe it's like certain types of knockdown. You can't guard low right away, or you can guard low right away and I'm not. Or I'm thinking I should start later than I should start and it doesn't work. Or like, you can't do throws after this kind of combo string, but you can after this one. Like, well, after X so many frames, or after you do some kind of like movement option, maybe? I don't know. Like, what does the lightning mean? Like, does it reset your combo? Sometimes I feel like it does. Does that hit just not count? In most games, that hit gets negated and your next hit comes out. But this game, it seems like that same hit will come out. So something can win just by being Meteor, but it doesn't happen right away. It happens after that, like, lightning. Which is confusing to me, because every other game does it. Like, Guilty Gear, that hit's just gone. Or hell, even like Soul Calibur, like that hit is just gone. Like, okay, your next combo hit is what matters. But this one doesn't seem to be the case. I kind of like that small combos don't, you know, aren't necessarily a hindrance. Like, if you auto combo, that's actually decent damage. You get enough of those, you'll still win. It's not as good as the longer ones, obviously, but okay, I don't know. I mean, using meter seems to like make a difference, which I like. That's a good thing. But I never feel like I can, because I feel like it goes up too slow, or I value the X factor more. I don't know what it's actually called. I just keep calling it X factor. You have to choose one or the other, and I feel like I never feel like I need to do more damage, or like a little more damage, unless it's like the end of the match. I don't like the arc finisher, basically like the distortion or tension gauge, or like the super. Like, EXs I'll use, super I don't think it's really good. It's just too expensive. It doesn't do that much damage. You can combo into it, but I guess it's good. I don't know. I don't like using it. I've done it before. That thing where you're losing and you get an extra bar. That's like a lot of games do that. Like King of Fighters does that. That's fine. They fill it up pretty quick. It's weird. Like, I think another weird game is what's the name of that fighting game with heart? The one where all the girls, I don't know the name of it. Arcana Hearts. where like you have the super bar that gradually gets bigger for some reason. I don't actually know the mechanics of that one that well. And you have the homing button, which kind of like a Dragon Ball borrowed. I think the being able to do your I think being able to do your attacks in any order is weird and interesting. I don't know if I like it, because then you get situations where like something that's safe sometimes but not other times because they didn't push their light yet. So they'll chain their heavy into a light and suddenly their attack is safe. I don't know if I like that. I think it just creates too much like there's a right way to do it. And that is never push the light button except to make something safe. Maybe. I don't know. Because, like, maybe it's just the character I play. Like, light doesn't go anywhere. So it's like you use it as part of a combo. Or not at all. Or you use it to, like, for its low startup. Like, as a poking tool. But it seems like it's rarely a button you want to press. Like, in neutral. And that I feel like the game system kind of works with that. But no game does that. Like, I can't think of a single other game that has a chain system that works that way. You go from low to high, and that's it. Like, you can't go back. You can't go like mid-heavy light. This game you can, so that's weird. I don't like the parry system. I think it's just too versatile, and I don't like that it has its own resource, that moon symbol in the corner. It's kind of like Street Fighter parry, but like the reward's way better. But then it's not over. It's almost like reversal edge. Like yes, you defend them, but then you can get them by like doing the right thing. I mean, it's very deep. I'm sure like people who will commit hours and hours and hours will love it because there's so much you can do with it. But I feel like that hurts it. It makes it unapproachable. It makes it not something you can just pick up. You have to spend time with it. You have to try stuff. But that's kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. The game is so fast and frantic, I don't feel like I can try stuff. Because if you do, you get beat up. So like, I don't want to get close. I don't want to like try faking them out. I just want to push my buttons and maybe something will connect, you know? I don't know what's an overhead. It doesn't always look the same. Something will be an overhead and it just looks like a regular high attack. Because everything comes out so fast. The overheads just come out real quick, so it's like you can't feel safe with the old standby of crouch block when you're on the ground. When they jump, you standing block, or if you see that overhead coming, because the overheads come real quick. You know, like all the dash canceling, air dash canceling, double like jump canceling. That's fine. A lot of games have that, but there's very specific circumstances where you're safe to do your combos, so like they'll happen. I don't know, maybe I've been spoiled. Maybe Strive spoiled me with their like, oh, you countered, we're gonna stop the action for like, you know, 5 or 6 frames so you can like realize, oh, I hit them with this. Or but then I feel like Soul Calibur 2 even, like that game was a little bit faster paced for a 3D fighter. But you knew when you combo hit because the color was very loud, like this big bright purple spark. So you knew you countered, which means you should finish your combo because it's guaranteed now. I never felt like that wasn't enough time. But the way the fatal system works in this one, I don't feel like I have enough time to respond. But, oh, you just wrote a book. Hang on, let me read that. Let me see. Yeah, like, the people who are playing this game, and this kind of goes back to, like, the matchmaking not being very good. Like, I'm not playing people that are on my level, because, I mean, I don't know. Like, they're having you set everything manually. But I don't like that, because I don't want to have to, like, but I don't know if it matters. Like, if I say set lowest rank C, set highest rank C, I feel like it's going to be a lot of the same thing, because I don't think that has a lot of meaning. From what I've noticed. Like, I haven't played too many B people. Or D people. But they don't seem that much different. A people or A plus people, I haven't seen an S. They just, like... So I'm just like, okay. But I get that from some C people. So it's like... I don't know that it has much meaning anyway, except for like the top. it's not as cohesive as like the floors on Guilty Gear. Like there's not a whole space where like there's a bunch of people at my level. That's kind of the problem I have with Fighting Herds too. Like everyone's together, so it's like, all right, you're gonna get stuck with, and it only gets worse the older a game gets. And like this game, even though it's new, I don't feel like it's new. Like I feel like there's the people who play this game are people who've been playing this game since however old like Moon thing, whatever is. So Type Moon, there you go. So yeah, that's the thing. And hey, you know, if that's your thing, more power to you. Like the people who play Melee and only play Melee and are still playing Melee, you know, cool, whatever. Not for me. I'm kind of at that point with this game too. And I'm trying. I try to give them a chance. Like I didn't think I would like Power Rangers for the same reason, but I did. But I'm getting there. Like I'm getting to where like, okay, I'm getting it. This one I've been playing for the 6 hours and I don't really feel like I get it. Like I don't understand. And that kills me, because like I want to understand, but you're not giving me anything. And like I watch these video essays on YouTube where people talk about the different, like, and these are like 15-minute long videos that covers the basics, you know. Yeah. It's just it's a very high barrier of entry. So it's more than I'm willing to commit. I guess that's just the long and short of it. But the story mode was fine. I did it last week with, you know, whatever her name is. That's bad. Like, I don't know my character's name. Miyako, I think? I don't know how to spend currency. I tried for a while yesterday. I did the, mission mode where I did all the combos. Like I did all of them. They gave me those combos and I did them. So yeah, good stuff. Oops. Anywho, so that's the stream. We'll play something else next week. I don't know what yet. We'll see. I don't know. At some point, there's that character from Dino Charge that's going to be added to Power Rangers. As far as I know, that's the closest thing. Skullgirls is also going to add Umbrella at some point. I feel like that could happen any minute, because I just never hear that until it happens. We're not getting any new Guilty Gear until next year. I know that for sure. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's like in development right now. There was rumors of another season of like BlazBlue Tag Battle. But I don't know if that's actually like there's anything to that. I would doubt it, because Tokyo Game Show came and went and there was nothing. I guess still technically Evo's coming up, the announcement portion. We'll see. King of Fighters is next year. See, it's gonna be kind of indie stuff, I feel like, for the foreseeable future. Well, or stuff like this. Just not this. Anywho, yeah, Monday we'll continue Final Fantasy II. It'll be, you know, we'll just keep on trucking. I think at this point we're finishing that cave and then going to find the wyverns. And then Bravely Default 2's after that. Gonna investigate the missing water crystal. And I feel like we're gonna go after that guy who's like that English actor I was talking about on Wednesday. So that'll be a thing. And then I'm sure by next Friday, hopefully I'll have decided what fighter we're gonna do, or what beat 'em up, or what something else. Okay, here's a thought. Age of Empires 4 is coming out at the end of this month, on the 28th, I think, somewhere around there. I don't know that it would fit into Wanderer Wednesday. Maybe it would fit into Fighter Friday. It's all about war and strategy. It's real time. How do you feel about that? Like, is that something that you think would be a good break from the fighting games, or I don't know. I feel like a beat 'em up is an easy like alongside genre, but RTS is different, obviously. I don't know if I'd put it in the same category, but I also don't feel right putting it somewhere else because it's not a remaster and it's not really an explory adventure game. It just isn't. I guess it kind of is. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough call. Age of Empires 4. So I'm gonna throw that out there and we'll see, what comes of it. And we'll decide kind of the end of this month. But yeah, that's the stream. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Fair winds in your travels.